Hello, my name is Yvonne. I am hey.misskay on Instagram and heymisskay on Facebook. This channel is all about getting back to the basics of good online teaching, as well as getting hired with Outschool and VIPKid. And now I have a new VIPKid video. It's been a while. I've been focusing on Outschool, but I'm still teaching on VIPKid. I have been for almost 4 years now. I joined in February 2017. So we're getting there. And I just did a few stories on Instagram about these easy rewards that you can do with your students that doesn't require a lot of money or anything or printing, because I am someone that likes to keep things simple, to the point, and engaging as well as educational. So here are my 5 ways that you can use games in your classroom to to reward your student and to also get them participating and having fun with you. One of the games I like to play the most is called Guess the Word. I just call it Guess the Word. It's basically hangman without actually hanging anyone. So these are things that you can do in the variations as well. So I usually just use a vocabulary word that I'm going to be using in the lesson, or that they're going to be seeing, and I use that as the word that they need to guess. Now I tell them that, you know, if it's the color red, no, that's not a good one. Let's go with a word like, what could your student be learning? Let's say square, the shape square. Okay, so S-Q-U-A-R-E. You have all of your lines here, and I actually like to give them the letters. Now I do this for a few reasons. I have tried not giving the letters, and the problem is they think for too long. They don't want to be wrong, and then it's like, I'm like, any letter, literally choose any letter, and they're just thinking and thinking of what it could possibly be, and it just wastes too much time. So I give them the letters and I tell them it's, you know, you need to use these letters to get your word. Sometimes if I have students that are really good at it, I will throw in some random letters that don't belong, and then if they choose them, I'll be like, oh, no, that was a trick, right? So then it's a little more difficult, because some can literally just look at the letters, even though they're scrambled, and guess the word. They're really good. So this is a way to throw them off. Or if they're really, really good, then I have one student in level 4. I don't even give him letters anymore. He just usually starts with the vowels, and then from there, halfway through guesses it anyway. So that's how I like to play this game. Depending on my student, I might give them a new word every time they get rewarded, or I might just have one word for the whole lesson. So every time I want to reward them, I let them choose a letter. You can also just have them try and guess a simple sentence, like I see a bird. Maybe that's what you want to use, and not just a word. So that can be a way that you can challenge them a little bit. And instead, if you really want to draw something, so you can have your word on here, but then also you could do it 2 ways. Either you draw like a happy face or a sad face every time they miss a letter, so in the end you do have something funny, or you take something away. So you can start with a happy face, I don't know, and some hair. And every time they get something wrong, if you choose to not give them letters, or to put in letters that are not actually in the word, then you can erase something. And then in the end, if they don't get it, well, they lose. But I never actually play it that way. I always just let them guess the letters, and then they usually, most of them figure it out, and they really like it because it's a little challenge, and it's a game that we can play together. Okay, I call my next one Think of a Word. Don't know why, but this is what I do. So this one is, you start with a word or their name. They always love it when you personalize it. So I might choose the word or the name Kevin, my student Kevin. And then I tell them, okay, so your name ends with N. Now you need to think of a word that starts with N. So he might say nose, excellent. Now you need to think of a word that starts with E, because that's the last word here. Elephant, wonderful. So this just keeps going until you tell them to stop. And they really enjoy this one. And you'll also be surprised at how many words they know, or the words that they even come up with. Sometimes I'm so surprised. I don't even realize they know those words. So it's really fun. And you can change it up in different ways, like choosing a theme. So if you choose the theme of animals, they have to think of animals, not just any word. That's a way to challenge them. You can also, once you have if you tell them, you know, they get to go 5 times, they need to create a sentence with all the words that they have thought of. So here we can say, Kevin has a big nose like an elephant. I don't know, anything that you can do with your students. So they can come up with it. You might have to help them, but that's a way to also incorporate some fun into this game. Again, you can choose to let them think of a word every time you reward them. For me, what I found is that my students love it, so they keep thinking of words, and like they give me 2, 3. So I just let them fill my whiteboard every time I reward them. They fill it, and then I'm like, okay. And then the last one, let's just say right now it's T. Next time we play, they start with a T. So those are things that I like to do. Number 3 is called choose a letter. So I might give them the letter. I might ask them to choose a letter. Let's just say we start with, well, again, I usually use their name to start, but I can just say the letter R, or I can say Dora. Okay, so Dora starts with D. You need to think of words that start with D. So dog, maybe they'll say dino, different. So they have a letter of the day or a letter for each time they get a reward, and I usually like to time them. So I'll give them 15 seconds or 30 seconds to come up with as many words as they can. So that also limits the time that you spend playing this game, because you also want to be conscious of your time in class with them. We only have 25 minutes. So putting a timer on also adds that element, right? Again, variations. You can have them try and make a sentence with this. You can stick to a certain theme. You can even play against each other. So maybe that's the first round. They got 5, you get the next round. And it's not as simple as it seems. Sometimes I think I got this and I just can't think of any words. So it's a lot of fun to play with your students. Again, simple, easy, engaging, and they're using English and they're playing with you. You're making that connection with them, which is what you want, because you want them to come back. You want them to work hard for you. And if you build that relationship, you're going to be a great team, you and your student. Okay, the next one. I saw this one going around a lot on Instagram a while back. And it's you use their name. So let's say Dora. And they need to come up with words that start with those letters. And they really like this one. Again, I think I've said it several times, anytime you personalize it, they engage more. So using their name, using their pet's name, using their dad or mom's name, using dino, things that they like. If they like mermaids, you use the word mermaid. And they just have to come up with those words. Again, it's pretty much the same variations as the others. You can try and stick to a theme. You can, I don't think a timer would work, but you can try and get them to make a sentence after they've chosen those words, and just have fun with it. A lot of people like to decorate the big, like, D, and then the next one, and O. So you just kind of make it look really nice for them. And then they enjoy that because it looks so pretty. I mean, I'm not saying this is pretty, I'm just trying to show you. Okay, last one. This one is drawing with them. So you start with a letter. So usually your younger ones would enjoy this. Maybe your older ones too, I don't know. But I will choose the letter Y. So we start with that. And I don't tell them what I'm going to draw. I have them guess as they get rewarded. So every time they get a reward, I draw a part of the picture. And then now this one's pretty easy. It's a butterfly, but sometimes it's really hard and they don't know until the very end. And you can find these on Pinterest. That's where I found them. And then, so this is fun. So you can have either a letter for that lesson, or you can have a letter every time they get rewarded. If you're a quick drawer, you also don't want to take too much time doing this, but that is another fun way that you can use English in your classroom when you're rewarding them. All right, that's it for today. I wanted to give you different ways that you can play games with your student in class together that help builds a relationship with them, because if you have a relationship with your students, they are going to want to work for you, participate, and have fun in your class and book you again. And this is a fun way, an easy way to do it, all while still using English to build their either vocabulary skills or sentence skills, whatever you want to work on. So that's what I like to do. I use it all the time, and I'm somewhat of a minimalist, so I don't like to buy too many things. I want to be aware of our environment and all that, so I really try to stick to my whiteboard when I am using rewards. Now, I also have another video that has gotten a lot of views because it's very easy and a lot of fun to do with your students. So this is another reward system that I have thought of, and it's using money. With the money, they get to buy things, but I explain what kind of stuff they can buy. What can you offer to them if you're across the screen? So I'm going to see you in that video right after this one, and hit like and subscribe. It really helps my channel if you want to see more videos like this. And yeah, like I said, see you in the next one.